A lot of people think that Gorilla Tag just isn't for them anymore and that it's getting kind of boring. A lot of different content creators are starting to leave the Gorilla Tag space and move on to different content or just completely quitting YouTube because of Gorilla Tag.
Did you quit Gorilla Tag? The answer is maybe. It's no secret that Gorilla Tag's popularity has definitely died out. It's not where it used to be. The game's got issues, slow updates, hackers, whatever.
Some people love this game, some people hate it, some people see it as the most controversial game that's offered on VR. But today we will be talking about everything Gorilla Tag has to offer, and its history, and its controversy. So sit back, relax, grab some food, grab a drink, and enjoy. The game Gorilla Tag was developed and published on February 12, 2021 by solo developer Lemming VR. After a good career in pro esports gaming with the game Echo VR, Lemming saw how online virtual reality games connected players and built a good community, therefore leading him to create the game Gorilla Tag. He also opened his eyes to the possibility of creating a game with zero-G physics, a bit like Echo VR. But he wanted to improve on that, therefore leading to the creation of movement physics purely with your hands, which is what we know and love today, and which is what has inspired multiple games, such as these on the screen now. So even if you hate Gorilla Tag, you cannot take away from the fact that Lemming and his team created a groundbreaking new form of movement. Okay, so this is a personal opinion, so do not come at me for this. I know the game has gotten so much more popular, but the community now sucks, and that is definitely because of the rise in popularity. For example, back in 2022 to 2023, the game would average roughly 20,000 players at its peak time, and now, due to the increased popularity in virtual reality, it peaks at 60,000 players a day, which for Lemming and his team is absolutely amazing. But for old heads like me who miss the old community and how close-knit it was, it sucks. Back when the game would average 20,000 players a day, the community was so stable and there was actually minimal amounts of toxicity. But as the game grew, so did the toxicity, and so did the false stereotypes about the game, which puts people off of playing VR and enjoying it for what it should be. Now coming up, I've interviewed a few people about their opinions on the game itself and how it's developed over time. So here they are. Enjoy. Okay, so I'm here with my good friend Skidmark VR, and I'm just going to be asking him about a few questions to do with the game and how it's changed to get some other people's opinions. He won't be the only person on here. I'm going to try and get some famous creators, a few of my other friends who have also played since the start, and yeah, just anyone who knows anything about the game to talk to me about their opinions and their thoughts. So, as I just said, you've been playing since the start of the game, and how do you feel it's changed?
I feel like ever since like big YouTubers got into the game, it's brought more people into the servers, and it's just like evolved the game so much that it's brought more updates, more maps, and I think yeah, the progression in the game's going really good.
Yeah, so you've mentioned good things, like how the game's changing for the better, so the new maps, how quickly the game has progressed. What about the bad things? How many bad things do you
Bad
think are
things
in the game?
is like there's still racist people and like guys that like they come on here and they just say horrible things. I just don't like that.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair enough. What about the little kids? So a lot of people don't like this game because of its new community, like the little kids, and just basically how they've overpopulated and taken over the game, some would say.
I mean, a tiny bit annoying, but like they're just trying to fit in, you know. So you can't really blame them.
Yeah, no, that's true, that's true. Thank you, thank you. Do you have any more things you want to say about the game, or are we done here? Like, what do you want to say?
Follow me. I'm delicious.
Okay, well, there's his TikTok and his YouTube there. Follow him, and massive shout out to him for coming on. I really appreciate it. We will get more people on, but yeah, that's that. Okay, so I'm now joined with Source and VR. Here's his TikTok and YouTube, so make sure to go follow and subscribe. So I'm going to ask you a few questions today, if that is okay.
No,
Sucks to suck, I guess. Anyway, so how are you feeling about Gorilla Tag right now, honestly?
honestly, my favorite game. But then again, I live a very sad life, so yeah.
Right.
But it's the only game I play. It's the only game I can play because it takes too much storage, way too much.
Okay.
Do you want me to elaborate? You want me to
Yes.
elaborate, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, please do.
Uh,
Please do.
on my headset, I have three things. Right. First thing Animal Company. Too fun not to have. Second, WhatsApp. I need to communicate with this headset because I am him. And third of all is Gorilla Tag, which takes, in fact, I'll get the actual number up. 96.61 gigabytes. And I don't know why, because his has 20
20.
gigabytes, you said.
Yeah.
20 gigabytes for him, 96 for me. And I don't know why, I literally have no room for videos or anything like that. And every time I make a video, I need to instantly delete it from my headset once I've got it to my phone, edit it, and posted it. Which is really annoying, and it's a really big hassle.
Okay, how are you feeling about this community? Like, how do you feel like it's changed since we started playing the game to now? Like, is it good? Is it bad?
Obviously, when we started playing the game was quite new, roughly. And obviously as it went into 2022, 2023, it got more toxic. But I feel like we're all maturing a bit more. Really, it's only the little kids that say, "Oh, you suck," or if they're really young, like 4 years old. I've seen some 4-year-olds in this game. They get hurt, like their feelings get hurt. Grow up. I know you're 4. I don't care that you're 4. Grow up.
Okay, so I am now joined with Martin VR. There's his TikTok. Before the interview starts, do you have anything you want to say to the camera, to the people watching?
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Just start asking questions.
Okay. Well, how are you feeling about the current state of the game? Like, how do you feel the community is and just, well, the game itself?
Well, the community is really toxic lately. Like, for example, we're playing today, and like my arms are pretty long, and someone accused me of having long arms, and after showing him that I definitely don't have them, he just straight up false reported me. Or many people just false report you for no reason. They're being toxic, saying like someone's bad at the game even though like they did nothing wrong. And yeah, the game is just really the community of the game is really toxic. Yeah,
Nah, I
lately, I mean.
do agree, Can you give me some good things about the game, if there are any still? I don't know how you feel about the game in all honesty.
Yeah, the game is still pretty fun, and there are many really good people in the game. Like they're nice people, but um, yeah, the toxicity just destroys the whole game, and I do not want to play it anymore.
Yeah, nah, I agree. Come down here then, come here.
Oh, okay.
Come here. Okay, special little cameo from Sorsen again. Okay, anyway, that's beyond the point. What about the updates? How are you feeling about these frequent updates that are actually happening? Better than many games on VR, to be honest. How do you feel about it?
Well, the updates are pretty good, but what I don't like about the updates is they add like really random cosmetics that make no sense. Like for example, for the holidays they added a freaking toilet. Like, how does it even make sense?
No, literally, because like before they used to be on theme with the seasons. Like the spring updates would have spring-related stuff. Winter updates would have winter stuff like beanies and shovels and all that good stuff. But now it's just random ass shit that the game doesn't really need.
Yeah.
But
Like this.
yeah, no, literally. Why
Yeah,
did
like,
you buy that? Why?
Wait.
Why?
Yes.
Wait, also one bad thing about the game, I got false banned twice for I did nothing wrong at all, and after writing a whole thing and like sending to the Grotech Discord videos of people just false reporting the whole lobby, they said like this is not enough. You are toxic. We are definitely not unbanning you, and that's just unfair.
What? So do you think the mod team are a bit ignorant when it comes to false reports and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
pretty much. Because like, why are there so many toxic people and innocent people get banned? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Nah, for
Like,
real.
I think they should change the whole report system and make it like more like in Rec Room, so it's harder to report people. So you have to actually go into menu, write a whole freaking
Yeah.
text, and only then it counts.
Yeah, because right now it's like really easy. You just gotta click 2 buttons and do it. But on Rec Room, it kind of gets to a point where like where there's no point in reporting because it's like so many menus you have to go through. Which I actually
Yeah.
do really agree with you there. Right. Okay. So today I'm here with,
CR.
and we are just going to be talking about the game, how it's changed, and how it's evolved over time. Before we start, do you have anything you want to say to the camera?
Follow Ramworld and follow me because we're both Sigma.
Okay, so how long have you played the game for?
I have been playing since Christmas 2023.
Damn,
I
okay,
got
so
my VR then.
you've been playing for a few years now. Well, just over a year actually. So
I got this OG, I got that and that. Okay, calm down.
yeah, I rate that.
All
Anyway,
OG.
how do you feel the game has changed since you've started up until now? Like with the community, the player base, everything like that.
I don't really know. That's a hard one. I think it's like gone a bit awful because there's a lot of like toxic players. Oh crap! There's a lot of like toxic players and stuff, and it just doesn't make the game fun anymore.
No, I agree. Now, with the mod team, like there's frequent updates, but if you've noticed people are getting reported and banned really easily, how do you feel about that? Like, how do you think it could change in the future?
I don't think it should like do that. I think you should have like a certain amount of like reports and stuff, and then you get banned and a different thing.
Yeah, but the problem with that
And I
is,
think there should be more options to report.
yeah,
Like,
that's true.
like there's not one for griefing. You get griefing a lot and like modding
Mm.
stuff.
The problem with having a certain amount of reports though is people could just spam report you and then you're done. Like you're just banned. Like you have no way to get around it.
Yeah, like it's just unfair.
No, it is.
Yeah.
I feel like the mod team. I feel like the mod team could do a lot more to look into the game and look into the bans rather than just going, no, you're banned, deal with it, you know? Because a few of my friends have had that happen to them and it's just not great.
Like TikTok, what this is like filming on right now, what you're watching it on, like they have like AI in that. Like if you get reported, they like look at your lives or something and that, see what you're doing, and then like ban you. I think Gorilla Tag should have that as well, like look into your database.
Nah, that's true. Final question. What do you think of the updates? So obviously in 2023 the updates were sort of slower and not as jam-packed, but ever since I'd say the custom maps and all that has come out, it's gotten a lot better. So how do you feel about it?
I feel good and stuff, and like the cosmetic stuff like that. I feel good. Yeah.
Good. Do you have anything you want to say to the camera before we leave?
I am Sigma. Bye bye.
Okay, so I'm now joined with Fitz. He is a Gorilla Tag player who has a few things he wants to say about the game. So before we start the interview, do you have anything you want to say?
Not really.
Okay.
Actually, Foul runs world. He's Sigma.
I didn't ask him to do that.
He's an OG GT1 with the silver cowboy hat.
I didn't ask him to do that, so thanks for that. Okay, so I'm going to be asking you similar questions to what I've asked other people.
Okay.
So, how are you feeling about the game, about how it's developed, how it's grown over the years from what you've seen?
I feel like I seen Gorilla Tag and I was like, oh, that looks fun, but like I don't know about it because like I never heard of it, so I like seen videos of it and I was like, oh, that looks fun. I wonder what it's on because I thought it was on like PC originally. So and then when I got my VR, I looked at it and I was like, you know what, I'll just get it later. I don't have enough space. And then I downloaded it like late October. And I was like, oh, this is really fun, but like it's hard to like kind of like play. So I thought of like, oh, maybe I should like watch your music try to help me. And I've seen some ghost hunting videos. I was like, oh, maybe I should try to join some of these codes. I did, and then like I've seen J3UV or like J3ULV, PBV, Daisy09, Echo. I've been ghost a lot, and just stay away from that. Like you can join the code, but just try to stay away.
Yes.
And also with the modders now, they are pretending to be fake ghosts, and they're for like to ban people, and like they're with their friends, like, and then whenever they touch someone's name, they like leave the game. So it's just you gotta watch out.
No, you do for real. You do. So you're quite new to the game. What was your first impression picking up the game? Like seeing when you joined your
When I
first
got
game.
the game, my friends told me to. They told me to get 2 games. Gorilla Tag, of course, and Big Ballers VR, which I got Gorilla Tag first, and I was like, oh, this is fun. And I like tutorial, so I'm trying to become a YouTuber. And when I walked out of tutorial, I didn't know what was gonna happen, so I just tried it, learned how to play with my friends, and then now I'm here.
No, that's fair enough. No, that's good. I feel like you've got a long and prosperous career ahead of you if you do start like YouTube or TikTok or whatever social media you
My
strive to
friend,
go
I made
for.
a bunch of friends along the way, like you, and
Exactly.
some other people, which
Exactly.
like wherever he is,
I
somewhere.
think he's on the
I
roof.
think he's up there. Okay, like him,
Yeah.
he's.
There he is.
I'm here. Bye. Okay.
Yeah, it's that one. It's that other guy I interviewed. Um. So yeah, I mean, Gorilla Tag is a great way to make friends, but also the community can be a
Yeah.
bit off sometimes. How do you feel about the community
Yeah.
as a
I
whole?
feel like sometimes, like if I join a lobby, it will be great. Like everybody's super nice, and I'm like, when the lobbies are nice, I'm also nice to them. But like say I join a toxic lobby, then I like full clip them. Like
Hmm.
they're being toxic, but they also suck at the game. So then they're like, it's all luck, bro. You can't even tag me. Next round you tag them. Other round you tag them. They're like, okay, bro, you just got lucky a bunch of times. And then okay, then you're like, okay, come and join a private. Let's do a scrim. And then you cook them.
So I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who decided to come on, and a big shout out to all of you. If I promoted their page, then please do go and check them out because they're all great content creators. But anyway, let's move on now. So in summary, what I collected from those interviews was that many people enjoy the game. Like they really do like the game. But it's the community that puts them off of the game, so the toxicity and just the player base as a whole, because where it gets more popular, it's bound to get more toxic, which ruins it for a lot of people. Also, one interesting fact that was brought up was how lazy the mod team can be. Thanks, Martin, for bringing that one up. But I do 100% agree. Like, they need to get on ban cases more if people are false banned. They need to sort it out. Especially if the person has evidence, they can't just like go, no, you're banned. Deal with it. Like, they should actually help the person. I personally have experiences of this as well, because about a year ago I was false banned. It was only a short ban, it was like 7 days. But I was false banned for no reason. And I put an appeal in and nothing happened. So I also do believe that the mod team can be lazy at times and need to get better. Have you ever been in a code all alone at night when randomly you hear that a player has joined your code, so you go to check it out and you see that nobody's there? A ghost has joined your code. Now, but in all seriousness though, Gorilla Tag has numerous hackers, which people call ghosts, such as PBBV, Statue, Daisy09, Spider, Voices, End is Near, Mirror Man, and a more unknown one, the Mummy. The most popular ghost, and the ghost that many would deem the most scary, PBBV, can be found in the code PBBV, and if you encounter this ghost or hacker, he will be walking around forest constantly saying PBBV, which is his name, and if you go up to him, your game will crash and he could ban you for a certain amount of time. This is why you should stay away from these hackers, because they're just a mere inconvenience to the game and nobody really likes them. However, they do make for some good content and a good time when you go ghost hunting. Here's a slight insight into other ghosts as well. So here is Spider. Spider is an old Gorilla Tag ghost who isn't really looked upon anymore, but he used to live in either cities or mines. And when you go down there, you will see him crawling across the ceiling, apparently, and he's just very creepy. He has no actual effect to your game, so you can go up to him, but he's just one of those ghosts or hackers that are in the game to add to the scare factor. Next we have Statue. So Statue is a typically yellow monkey who can only move when he is not being looked at and can be found in mainly mines, but also city and forest. If you encounter this hacker and touch him, he can kick you from the game and ban you. So he's another very inconvenient one who you don't really want to come across. It's just annoying. But if you do, make sure to stay looking at him the whole time and just back away to the respective computer and find a new server to join. The final one we will be covering is an entity called End is Near. So End is Near is a black coloured monkey who stands in a T-pose opposite the mirror in City, and if you approach this monkey and touch him, he can ban you for up to 3 weeks. So again, just like the others, he is very annoying and can ruin the gameplay. This ghost can be found in the code End is Near, but if you find it, don't go near it, just in case it's an annoying little hacker rather than a little kid. If you want a full video on these ghosts, then please do put in the comments below and I can do that for you in the future. So as this game has gotten bigger, so has the amount of maps. There are now 12 maps in Gorilla Tag, which seems crazy to me. I was counting them up before recording this segment and they all just kept coming back to my mind. I was like, wow, this game has evolved so much. So huge credits goes out to Lemming and his team. So the most popular map, and the one that is most loved by the community, Forest, was the first map that was brought to Gorilla Tag. It's had many variations over the last few years, such as the Spring Forest, the Default Forest, the Christmas Forest, the Fall Forest, and the Summer Forest, which have all changed every year as the game has gotten bigger and better. Many people find the Christmas Forest the best, obviously because it's festive, but not only that, the leaves are also gone off of the trees, meaning people can learn new branching routes and get better at the game. This is also when the game peaks in its player count due to Christmas and holidays. The second map that came to Gorilla Tag was the map Caves. Many people loved this map at first until its reconstruction in mid-2023, where it changed and got completely ruined in my opinion. This map is very confusing because the OG one has been brought back many times and is now a permanent fixture in the game alongside the new renovated Caves map, but over time has slowly become more and more forgot about as more maps have been added to the game. The next two maps to be added to Gorilla Tag were Canyons and City, both of which have now faced a revamp, which in my opinion has made them better, so I will give props to Lemming for that. However, a lot of people would disagree with me purely based off of nostalgia, but these two maps were the next two maps to be added to the game, and the map City, in my opinion, changed the game for the better, as it gave you one big community hub to go and buy cosmetics and show off to other people what you have. So therefore I believe City was a groundbreaking addition to the game, and one that helped the game grow massively. The final one out of the first 5 maps to be added was Mountains, which unfortunately did face a reconstruction that ruined the map for me. When this map was first added, it was my favourite map and I loved to spend every second in there, as suggested by my old TikTok account RBMVR, where I learned how to do the secret tunnel trick like an expert. However, after the renovation, it was never the same for me and I've only been in there about twice. The second to last map I'll be talking about is the Metro map. This map is a very big city-like map which you can find by going down a tunnel near the big glass window in the city, and when you go down there you'll be greeted by 2 bridges which take you out to the city. In my opinion, this map is very cool and I love that it was added, as it makes for a nice change when you're bored of Forest and you can play lots of different mini games in there. I highly rate this map, and if you haven't already seen it then make sure to go and check it out. The final map I'll be talking about, and by far the best map for what it offers, is Arcade. Arcade is a map that was added near the top of City, and if you go in there, not only do you have mini games, but you also have virtual reality headsets which you can put on to take you to the virtual stump. In this virtual stump you have over 50 different custom maps that get frequently updated to choose from, which completely expands Gorilla Tag's platform and makes it a lot more fun. Because of this, Gorilla Tag basically has no dry spells whatsoever, especially because they're easily accessible mod.io. Some of the maps that are offered are a variation of Only Up, some different tag map, and a lot more just adventure maps that you can choose from. That is why Arcade is the best map in Gorilla Tag. Okay, so this section is going to be really short because I could not find barely any when I did research, and there is only one I can remember. So that one is back in late 2022 or at the start of 2023. Gorilla Tag software was hacked, and these hackers had access to lots and lots of Gorilla Tag players' account IDs, meaning they had access to their accounts and all of its possessions. However, this was quickly fixed up and the game was back to normal. Other things you could class as controversies are TikTok controversies such as Fish VR and all that nonsense, but we won't be getting into that today as it is, well, pointless. Really, so little kids starting beef for no reason or being racist for no reason, which leads back to the stuff we've already said about the community. However, this game is very controversial due to its community and the people who play the game, but this can't be helped, and it is the same in every game you play that has open chat. Well, that's it. If you have made it this far without skipping a video at all, thank you so much. Not only does it help me, but it also gets my watch time up, so obviously I greatly appreciate that. If you did enjoy, please do subscribe and like, because this has taken me too long, to be honest. I've probably been working on this since the start of January, as you can tell by the Christmas clips, so yeah, I've been doing this for quite a while, and I know it's probably not the most high quality thing in the world, but I promise my editing will get better in the future as I get used to editing YouTube videos and very long form content, because this will not be the only documentary I make. I will make another one in the future, 100%. And there may be a movie project coming up, so we will see what happens there. But in summary, what we can get from this is Gorilla Tag is still a great game with many good features. However, some aspects of the game do ruin it. But in all honesty, they cannot be helped, as it's natural with any game, especially a game as big as Gorilla Tag on VR with its type of player base and open mic. But my personal opinion on the game is I really do enjoy the game. I believe over the years it has certainly improved a lot, but the community really isn't great. But yeah, that's it from me. Thank you to everyone who took part in this, such as Sawson, Martin, Reese, and the other few people that came on. I really do appreciate it. Please go and check out some of my other videos as well. They're probably better than this, as they're shorter form. But yeah, have an amazing day. See you soon.